Over the past year or so, I've spoken a few times, whether it through our email newsletter or online, about the idea of leaving my secure full-time job and becoming independent and self-employed and entrepreneur. And it's been a huge learning curve, like highly rewarding, but a huge learning curve when I know everything about the content and I learn from everybody every day. But the business side, that was a stretch. And so not long ago, the other day, we were watching listening to some business podcasts, and they were talking about limiting beliefs and what limiting beliefs do you have or have you had that get in your way? And this was in talking about business. So I was really thinking about that, and I've shared it with people along the way, especially if you stopped by at the WIDA conference, of really asking for feedback and what do you think. And I think business-wise, my limiting belief was that that putting myself out there was too big of a risk for me. I am used to being behind the scenes. I'm used to building others up, giving them what they need, making sure my team is the focus, just not being on the camera, being behind the camera, and not making it about me, but always making it about the students and the teachers and the programs. And so I had to think about that, because I've been working with Stephanie Edwards, who's taught me a ton about marketing. And what she's taught me is, pushed me, shoved me, sometimes gently, sometimes not so gently, into letting that go and understanding that my new world is to put myself out there so that I can continue to put teachers first and put kids first and reach more people. And that's what matters, to build a bigger community. And so every time I turn on the camera, I have to think about that. I joked with some people at the WIDA conference about, it's just me. I was afraid that I had to be polished and perfect and this ultra professional, and that's not me. And I love that the feedback I got from people was that being me and being real matters. So for those of you I chatted with, I want you to notice that I don't have a ponytail today. I curled my hair. My roots could use some attention, but I did step up today for you, as we were joking about just being comfortable with the message is what's important, not and getting past my fear of being vulnerable and being judged. So it made me think of my first years teaching, right? So what were my limiting beliefs when I first started teaching, or my whole entire, past 27 years? What were my limiting beliefs? That in the beginning, I would say I was afraid to ask questions because I didn't want people to think I didn't know, because everybody else seemed to know things that I just had to figure out. So my pride got in the way a little bit, I think, depending on the environment I was in. Later in my career, I was very lucky to work in environments where I learned that it's okay to ask questions, and I can just say, I don't know, but I will find out, or let's figure it out. And I had to learn that if somebody judged because I didn't know something, it's okay. Life goes on. I still ask my students, my teachers, whoever, get what they need. That's the end goal. You go be judgy over there. So then I was thinking, that whole idea of limiting beliefs really is a part of our world in teaching and professional development all the time when I'm working with teachers. Because I'll walk in and, just a little bit into a workshop, and we start talking about something like proficiency levels, and teachers who are content teachers would say, I wish I knew this, however many years ago. But you don't know what to ask if you don't know what you are missing, right? What is it? You don't know what you don't know. So I was thinking, what are the limiting beliefs of the teachers in my world so that I can help you get past them and we can all do better for kids. And so I'd like to have that conversation. Let's talk about limiting beliefs in teaching and how we can overcome them to make our lives easier and better meet the needs of our students. And so we are hosting a couple webinars in the near future. We're going to put a link below this where you can sign up for the webinar. But we're going to have a webinar and we're going to talk about your limiting beliefs, my limiting beliefs. If you're a coach, if you're a professional developer, what are the limiting beliefs for yourself or for people you work with that we can, as a group, conquer together in our English Learner Portal community? So I'll put the sign up for the webinar. We're going to talk about limiting beliefs. We're going to talk about getting past our limiting beliefs with a few quick and easy strategies for working with English learners. Well, all students, working with all students, but especially English learners and what they need. A few strategies in there that can conquer some of our limiting beliefs and that can start to change our success with students and our student engagement immediately with very little time and energy and planning and creating on your part. So, big picture, we're going to get rid of some limiting beliefs. We are going to talk about strategies to engage students right away, and we're going to talk about how we make that happen in a place that's safe where we can ask questions and we can put it out there. So if you are willing to be vulnerable and you're willing to share your limiting belief or something from your past as a teacher that was a limiting belief and getting in your way of being your best, please do so in the comments, because maybe there's something we can add in the webinar that will help with the limiting beliefs of others. So I think I've said limiting beliefs about 100 times now in this broadcast, so sorry for that, but you know what I'm working on this week. So check the comments. Sign up for the webinar. It'll be sign up through the website. You'll get the links. We're doing 2 different sessions and we'll post the dates and all of that. So thanks for taking a few minutes to join me, and I hope you'll share some of your limiting beliefs that we can conquer together, and that you will join us in the upcoming webinar. So see you there. Thanks.